What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hurt coming to you with another episode of Afterlife where we talk about anything and everything that we feel like talking about today. We're going to reach in that bag full of content and goodies and we're going to pull one out. We're going to dive right in and discuss it. And today is no different. So let's dive right in. So today we're going to discuss classes that you got to complete to get your parole. That's right. Now, before I get started, let me just elaborate on you don't have to do none of this stuff. There's two ways you're going to get out of prison. That is your parole, or that's going to be your max date. Like, say you don't want to do none of this shit, you can do your max. Mine was 2 years to 7.5 years. So if I didn't want to do nothing that I'm about to elaborate with you guys and talk about, I'd have did my 7.5 years. No problem. I'm getting out 100%, 7.5 years in. But I said, fuck that. I'm going to do what I got to do to get out in 2 years. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So you're now just got past quarantine. You're 30 to 60 days or whatever in quarantine. Some people did longer, like 90 days to 6 months. I don't know how, but screw that noise. But anyways, I just did my 35 days in quarantine. Now I'm heading off to Parnell Correctional Facility in Jackson, Michigan. So about a week or two into the start of your bit, you're gonna have to take a orientation course. It's not really a class or whatever. You just go to this classroom and another inmate that runs the class makes you fill out some kind of fucking questionnaire or whatever. And then another lady or dude comes in that hands out your paperwork / your classes that you got to take or whatever. Now, the way that they go by these classes or figure out what classes you're going to take is your past history. Like, see, I have possession of weed before weed was legal in Michigan. I had possession of weed. I had a usage of weed, and I have MIPs. I've had, I was drinking back in the day, so I had to take a class called ASAT. That was a higher whatever, because I think there's ASAT phase 2, and then there's another one that's like phase 1, I think. I don't know. I think there's only phase 2 and ASAT, but I had to take ASAT. That's a 3-month course. And because I have felon in possession of a firearm, carrying a concealed weapon, fleeing and eluding from police, those are all in the eyes of the state of Michigan violent crimes. So I had to take a class called VPP High because I have more than one violent crime or whatever. So they made me take VPP High. There's moderate, and there's low. So VPP High was a 6-month class that was just crazy. So I had a 6-month VPP class and then a 3-month ASAT class. So right away, that's 8 months out of my 2-year bit already done in classes. And then I had to hold a job. So I worked in the kitchen or whatever. So everybody that goes to prison for the first time and maybe even second or third, I just know from my experience, they schedule everybody to get a job. They always sign people up to get a job. Unless you're like some of them that's like, fuck this, I don't want to work, I just want to do my time. You're going to do your whole time. So me, I said, fuck that noise. I'm trying to get out as quick as possible and get back to my people. So I got scheduled to go in the kitchen. Now I worked my way up from the line, worked my way up to the back or whatever. So I controlled cutting up the vegetables, chopping up the onions, the green peppers, the carrots, the potatoes, everything the compound ate vegetable wise, I chopped up or whatever with me and my partner Jay. Shout out to Jay. Hopefully he's either out now. If not, more power to you, brother, and I hope you get out soon. So I had to do VPP, I had to do ASAT, I had to hold a job, and then I had to do resume workshop and employment readiness. Now that's pretty easy. Like, you just got to go in on a computer and they teach you how to internet search, how to pull up search bars, how to freaking do pretty much easy ass shit with a computer. Resume workshop, I got my resume or whatever here. The resume they fixed up for me, it's not like a date and time resume. You worked here at this date, this month, this time. This is more my experience. Like I got high-low experience, press operator, production line, assembly, robot operator. So, and then this one was my certificate for completing VPP high. I don't know if you can see that, VPP high or whatever. So that was my certificate for that shit. And then, yeah, that's what I had to do to get out or whatever. Hold a job, finish those 2 classes plus resume workshop and employment readiness. And then I had to stay out of trouble or whatever. So again, you can say, screw all that. I'm not doing none of that. There's only 2 ways you getting out of prison: parole or your max date. So if me, 2 years to 7.5 years, I could have said, screw all that. I'm not doing none of that. I'm doing my time. I'd have did 7.5 years, and I'd 100% get out on that date, because all they can play with me on is 2 years to 7.5 years. But I said, fuck that noise. I'm going to definitely get out 2 years, see my people and all that. So I did everything that they asked of me on my paper and then some. But yeah, those are classes that you got to take to get out of prison, or else you ain't getting out to your max date. So hopefully you guys like it. Subscribe, share it, whatever. Everybody's different. They don't got to do the same shit that I went through. They could have did something completely different. But this just goes to show, don't get in trouble. Don't go to jail. Don't go to prison, or else you're going to have to do this type of shit to get out on your parole date. Or, like I said, fuck all that. I don't want to do nothing. I'm going to do my time. Then you're going to do your max time. So, all right, everybody, like, subscribe, share. Don't get in trouble. Have a good day. Act out of love, and also, happy Easter, everybody. Take care now. Bye-bye then.